Alrighty. I know that everybody else can hear me now. I have muted desktop audio, so now I can remove that tab. Give me a second. There we go. Paused for the stream. Okay. Keep forgetting how to do that. I did not know that I needed to do it that way. Alright. So a couple of you have already seen the title of the stream. I'm doing a catch bounty. And the way that that's going to be is that we're going to try our best to run out there and find a shiny Ralts. That's it. That's the whole bounty. But there are a couple of stipulations. First off, I am going to be hunting in Pokemon. Well, I was going to start in Pokemon Legends Arceus, so I need to load that. I was going to start hunting in Pokemon Legends Arceus. Actually, you know what? We'll do 2 sandwiches in Scarlet Violet, and then if we don't find it, we'll try Legends Arceus for the fun of it. But what I'm doing is, I've found someone who wants a female shiny Ralts. And they're willing to trade me for a different shiny that they have that I have not found yet. My goal is to find the shiny Ralts for them, and possibly the same shiny for me. But female shiny Ralts is what we're looking for today specifically. If we find males, great. I'll trade them out to whoever. I've got the chat open as well, just so I can keep track of a whole bunch of stuff from here on out. But what we're going to do regarding this, we're going to be... Oh, do I have the... No, I have that disabled. Okay. I am going to go ahead and re-enable that on this. So my goal is to get the shiny Ralts. That's it. Female shiny Ralts, that's it. But today, I'm gonna make this a little interesting. We're gonna try out the... I know you cannot tell what this is from the reflected deal, but this is the GamerSubs GG Premium Energy. It's their strawberry lime flavor called Guacamole Gamer Fart 9000. It's their can. I've had their powder. I haven't had their can yet. So let's see. Ooh, peaked the mic on all of that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. I was sent a free sample with my prior order of a whole bunch of other stuff. This is what I purchased. And I got this for free. That, if that tells you everything you need to know, then great. Alright, but we're gonna begin. Let's take this out of studio mode so I can see the screen. Alright. I now have everything I want on that front. Sorry, I've got food down here to the left. To my left, your right. Oh no, that is your left. That worked. I forgot I had it flipped. And I'm actually going to adjust my camera screen real quick. Okay, that is the right field. $195 will work there. I mean, I may as well make it a 200. That'll work. I'll do 200, and I'll just make this slightly bigger. We do it live! We change it live. Still trying to find the best lighting that I can with the tools that I have, and I've got 2 lamps in the cabinet above me on the cabinet door. If you can see this right here, that's the cabinet door right there. So that's what I got. That's what I have to work with. I have to bounce the light off the doors. Is what I have to do in order to get it to reflect back onto me in a less than over the top way. All right, we're gonna go to the box. Wait, what was this? Sorry. Oh, this is my false swiping Pokemon. Okay. Yep, we're good. Boxes. Let's drop you off here. Alright, what do I have for overall outbreaks? Because we still got the event going on. Stantler. Ackley, Choodle. A lot of Capsikids. In the area that I want to hunt in. Thankfully, no. Okay. Nope, not what I meant to do. That's what I meant to do. Nope. Don't show that yet. Alright. For now, the shiny hunt. Oh, nope. Not there. Got focused on something different. Okay. Realized how high my audio is in comparison to the Elgato, and I need to turn that down. Alright. Where's the closest camping spot that I can do? Can I set up the picnic table over here, or do I have to set it up over here? What the heck? I wasn't even anywhere close to you. Alright. Will this work? Yes, it will. Alright. Psychic. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, the lighting on that. Oh, because it's getting my screen. Alright, I'll flip it back to the document once I'm done. That's a fighting sandwich. I want psychic and counter power. But I have to. Oh, that's down. That also drops it. That also drops it. Oh, that's not it. What drops electric? Oh, that increases a psychic. Okay, there we go. Sparkling, title, oh, and raid. I'm looking for encounter. Oh, that lowers raid. Oh, wait, hang on. EXP power. Okay. That'll work. That'll work. Okay. So, noodles, onion, salty herba mystica, sour herba mystica. What do I have in... I'm gonna check what I have in the bag. Okay. Creative mode. Well, I've got onion. I don't have noodles. Okay. For now, I'm gonna throw lettuce on here just to see. Do I have the... salty and sour? Sweet. I've got at least one. That'll work. That'll work. What other sandwiches could I do? Shiny psychic sandwiches. Images. Let's take a look. Any two... Mixing sweet and sour does not work for any type. Too sweet does not work for those types. Too sour does not work for those types, but I can use them for either. Okay. One serving cucumber, pickle, and for psychic, it's onion. Okay. Cucumber, pickle, and onion. I'm gonna hold off on that for now. Oh, not that. That? No, I'm hallucinating. Not great. No, my mind's playing tricks on me for that little bit right there. What am I seeing right? Oh. I usually have that in front of the screen, not behind it. Dang. Okay. Alright. So, I've got the save point right here. We want to save before we do the sandwich. I don't know why directing it this way works fine, but then directing it this way makes everything slide off the table, so I don't know why it does that. Alright. Creative mode. Cucumber, pickle, onion, onion, onion. Next. So for the totals that I see here, any two herba mysticas, sweet and sour together never work. But I can use any two typings so long as I'm not using sweet herbs for normal water fighting bug, dragon, or fairy, which I'm not using. And two sour herbs do not work for normal ice, bug, ghost, dragon, and fairy. We're gonna do two sour this time. You know what? I'll do the red red Pokeball party pick. I do not know why I have to be so particular about spreading everything out. It is literally not going to get the top of the sandwich, and nobody's actually going to eat it. Don't drop any ingredients. Don't drop any ingredients. You've done it before. Don't do it today. Just don't drop any ingredients. Toss that away. There we go. Alright. Oh, I forgot I had the helmet on. I'm gonna turn off my webcam to show Sparkling, Tidal, and Encounter Power Psychic. That's what I needed. Alright, now we pack up and go. Again, we're looking for Ralts. Any other shiny is not for us this time. Alright, and from here we head onto the ridge. Oh no, it's a daytime spawn only, isn't it? Oh. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Day-night cycle. There it is. On my clock, it says 2:32. So day begins at 2:06, 3 o'clock. Okay. You know what? I'm willing to fudge with my time real quick. I'm willing to fudge my time. I mean, it's already wrong, so... Oh, no. Okay. Dang. Gotta close it and reopen it. Try it again. Oh, hang on. Are there any other psychic types that are on here? Because I could go to that southern area and hunt there. I mean, there's not much in that area. Fixed spawns. Fighting, fairy. No! Looks like I can just go there instead. Alright. I can do that. Kitakami Hall, Wilds, Mossfell Confluence, Oni Mountain, Paradise Barrens, Revelers Road, Timeless Woods, Wistful Fields. Okay. We're gonna try it this way. So hopefully, this is not something that has to stay that way. And I'm gonna leave the shiny recipe up. Alright, I'm out in the area. Now we save here. I suppose I can actually take these off now that I'm not actually using these. let's go. And I know technically that I can use any Herba Mystica I want with these. I just want to knock out ones that I've got the highest number of in that aspect. Also, it's been like an age and a half since I've shiny hunt anything, so this is me getting back into it. Sour it is. I'm actually going to do a different method this time. Cute. Pick. 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 Guys, I'm just going to let you know, I see what you see on screen. Like, I'm... I could turn on the TV over here, but then face cam is going to be all messed up. I don't want to do that right now. Do a good hunt. Alright, let's begin. Oh my gosh, that's perfect. They're blending in with the grass a little, which makes it kind of funny. But the shiny is supposed to completely stand out of the crowd here. Thankfully... Whoa! Sorry, buddy. Not trying to knock you out here, but... Well, not trying to catch every Ralts here. I'm literally just hunting for one. Buff out of the way. Thankfully it was a Psychic-type sandwich, so it'll focus on the Ralts more often than the other types that can run through here. Fairy types that can run into this area can... Or if you run a Fairy-type sandwich here, you'll also trigger Azurill as well as the Iggly buff. I think. Not 100% certain on the Iggly buff. Look, you got a mark! Alright. Let's do a quick reset. Yes, I do have the DLC. I've already shown you guys in my prior Twitch runs that I have the Violet DLC on my backup switch and the Scarlet switch on my main. Or Scarlet DLC on my main. I'm not getting as many Ralts this time as I would on the mountain. I can see why people prefer to hunt on the mountain on that front. Get you out of the way. Very specifically, they asked for a female shiny Ralts. Do with that information as you will. But, I am nothing if not a, I am nothing if not a determined person. It is a 50-50, it's not something that I have to, like, take forever on, thankfully. Alright, there are other... Yeah, I think at this point we're gonna try the mountain climber method. Alright. If I'm right... Okay, cool. Oh, I just realized the psychic sandwich won't work in this area. Because Bronzong spawned too. Oh, it would have to be a fairy sandwich, wouldn't it? Well, I mean, it's helping. It's helping. Tell you what, I'll run the fairy sandwich until it runs out. I've got... Oh, that's... Been a while since I played it. How much time left on that thing? 25 minutes. Okay. So it's 2:50 my time, so when it gets to... So when it gets to 3:15, yeah, we'll reset the save and try for a different one. Those are all standard, non-shiny. Any other... it's not. Okay. It looked like it for a split second, but that's just me not seeing everything perfectly. And if you guys are wondering, I do play on a Switch 1 because I do not want to pay $500 for a new system that just plays my old games. There's no exclusives that I prefer to have. Not a big Donkey Kong fan. I'm not a big fan of, like, playing something just for the better graphics and the better yada yada yada, unless it's, like, the only way to still play it. Like, I still have a Wii U because it's the only way to play the definitive version of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker. And I still own it because I still own it because I have the special edition Xenoblade Chronicles X. Like, that's truly the reason I still have it. I would love to have the HD versions of... Out of the way. Oh, you all are fine. Okay. Whoa! That Mankey running after me. Nope. No, you don't. Okay. That is a straight down slide. I do not want to do that. Okay. On the bright side, if I find a Bronzong, that'll be one more shiny that I haven't found before. So if I find a shiny Bronzong, then great for me. May not be great for the person who set me this bounty, but I am nothing if not persistent. That? No, that's the lighting. That's the lighting. I was about to say, is that the shiny Bronzong? No, it's not. It's just the lighting is playing tricks on me. I'm hearing all the deaths of all of the little... Well, I say deaths. I hear the fainting of all the different Pokemon behind me. I'm like, ooh, no way. Oh. Hey, oh. Hey, look at that. Alright, let's turn it around. Looks like we got two groups over here. Nothing over here. Oh gosh. Hey, it was my bad for the Sandwich this time being Psychic rather than Fairy. That is on me. Okay, nothing behind me. Oh, there we are. Let's knock that out of the way. Well, got some points. That's literally all I do for those. Don't worry, before I hang up the stream, I will go back and do more Wo-Chien raids. Because we still have a lot more attempts that need to be done for that. That's just the lighting. Okay. That's all lighting. Find it kind of sad that the different things that you get from Pokemon, like, it makes sense, like, oh, like, a loose fang, those kinds of things. Yeah, it makes sense. But when you go to see just what all the different Pokemon have, when you go to see just, like, all the different things that these Pokemon have just dropped. Like, there's loose fangs for Shinx. There's fragments of Bronzor. You cannot tell me that in the fight I did not chip off part of the Bronzong. That also sounds painful for the Pokemon themselves. The dust, I don't understand at all. Is it like fairy dust or something? Like, for that specific species? I don't know. do. Has been forever since I've sweet and sour together do not do anything like that, but sweet and spicy could. If I find it too early, and if I find the bounty too early, I'll go and I'll find another one. Like, I'll keep hunting for a while. We're doing... I like the idea of hunting for somebody else in this regard. Like, hunting with the idea of, like, hey, I'm gonna find such and such. Do you wanna nickname it? Do you wanna... Oh! Mm-mm. I forgot that I had overcoat on this thing. It's not exactly the best ability, but it helps in, No, I guess it wouldn't help a steel type, because they're immune to the sandstorm damage, and snow is the ice weather, not hail. Which... yeah, I mean, that's better for a mon that winds up taking damage from sandstorm than it does for mons that are immune to it. So, like, instead of a rock, steel, or ground type getting overcoat, like a fighting type would work better. Ooh, I didn't realize you all spawned up here. No, you don't look shiny. I'd have thought maybe, but no. Up here, see if there's anything up here. Nope, okay. Howdy, howdy, derpy boy! Welcome to the hunt. Goodness me. Oh, there we are. Part of them. No, that's not them. I'm glad I'm finally getting back into streaming after however long it's been, because it's been quite a while since I've done streaming like this, just in general. I think, wasn't my last stream back when I was running through for Riddler trophies in Arkham Knight? Quite a lot of time out of my time. It took quite a lot of time out of my day to do that. Okay, it's all bronzors right now. On the bright side, well, okay. On the downside, it's turning to evening. Is there a place... There might be a place over in Kitakami I can go. I'll shift to Kitakami to see if I can... Kitakami Wilds. Wistful Fields, Apple Hills... Yeah, that was the issue that I had. I grabbed the wrong sandwich this time. Out here in the wilds, okay. I should have used a fairy sandwich, and I didn't realize that Bronzor spawned up here. Oh no, it's evening here! Oh, because this is based off of Japan. Wait, how are you all spawning here? Okay, well, if Ralts and Curly are spawning here, I'm not gonna complain about it. Oh, there's a lot of other psychic types that are here too. That might doom the run there. Trying to remember what timeline is when. There it is. Paldea's time. Day begins at 3:55 in universe or in system time. Yeah, not that. There we go. Heard something, but I don't see it. Where is... Okay, so that's off to my left. I'm trying to listen for that Gimme Gold coin, Gimme Gold that's here somewhere. I don't hear it. Okay. Alright, well, on the bright side, we can do that, reset the time to the actual time, and go from there. .305 Chicago time. Try again, and this time I can actually make a fairy sandwich. Make it easier to work with. Do I have tomatoes? That is the question. The other option is to do that, but that also requires tomatoes. So there's a few options I can do. Oh, I'm in the wrong area. Wait, what was the... Oh no, I think I just realized something stupid. Morning ends at 3. It begins at 2:41. So what I can do... It's not what I meant to do. Getting Let's Go Pikachu excited for that. I've enjoyed a fair bit of Let's Go Pikachu. I'm not a big Kanto fan myself, it's just a disdain for the region, but the ideas behind Let's Go Pikachu I actually really enjoyed. It is one of the easier games to... It is one of the more fun games to shiny hunt for, even if it's not, like, one-to-one, like, the same mechanics. I had to do a bit of... I did it on this hill a moment ago. There we go. Certain areas, it'll let you do it. Other areas, no. Even if you can't, like, increase the, even if you can't increase the encounter rate, like, for a specific type. Okay, even if you can't increase the encounter rate for everything, like, as high as possible, once you learn the methods, you're able to do really, really well. I'm gonna do 2 sweep this time. Like Iron Valiant, I used one for shiny hunting as well. Yeah! I actually worked with my roommate to get all of the Paradox Pokemon, and I have 3 different Iron Valiants that I nicknamed. I used this one for actual hunting stuff, which has replaced my Galatas like my default hunter. Because I don't need one to grab roaming legendaries. Because those aren't a thing in this game, thankfully. This is gonna be a very, very stupidly made sandwich, but then again, most of the ones in Scarlet Violet are. It's just a layer of bread and then tomato. Looks like 3 whole tomatoes were used for this. I love it. I don't get some of these ingredients for, like, what they're supposed to be for each one. Like, I can understand cucumber for water, I can understand grass for lettuce, I can understand red pepper for fire. Why is ground ham and why is fairy tomato? Why is dragon avocado? I do not get it. Alright, Koraidon, zoom zoom, let's put in the work. Shiny Iron Valiant that I named XJ9. I get the name. Mainly use it to catch other shiny Pokemon. That is a good idea. Having a Shiny Iron Valiant to help you spot shinies. My roommate actually has a Shiny Iron Valiant. Because he plays Violet on his system. I play Violet on my backup system. I did it for challenges more so than anything. But Scarlet is the one that I use for my main file. So he has a Shiny Iron Valiant, but the thing is, he's colorblind, so certain things he can see if they're shiny. Others, not so much. I don't have that issue, but I like hunting for things that sometimes you can't exactly see. Like I'm doing shiny hunting for legendaries in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon right now, in my spare time. Right now I'm hunting for a shiny Regice. It is not going well. I'm already over odds, but it is one of those that you have to look at very closely. Pun not intended. No, I totally understand. You're fine. To be fair on that front, I found a Registeel a while ago, nicknamed it Durabilium. And then I think out of the Ultra Beasts, I'm missing Celesteela and Guzzlord, and I've got all the others. I do like hunted for Regirock and BDSP. That one honestly is a little easier to do in either the Ultra games or BDSP rather than trying to hunt it in basically any other game. I say basically any other. Maybe you could hunt it in ORAS. I don't know. Sites have been conflicting on that one. I am hoping eventually that I manage to find like all of the different version exclusive legends and then hunt the big ones all together. I find it funny how my progression of like how I play Pokemon has evolved. Like I started with like, oh, I just play the games for fun. Then I was like, I shiny hunt for fun. Just see what pops up. And then beyond that, it was, now I shiny hunt for legendaries. And I do playthrough challenges that I wind up either coming up with myself or challenging myself to that other people have inevitably also thought of. Like, there's a run through Alpha Sapphire that I'm doing. Somebody's done it in Omega Ruby, and I'm doing a different run of it. Problem is that I keep forgetting to look at my notes. And I have notes about things in the future and where things are, and they're organized fairly well, but I look off to my right during the stream and I'm looking at the wrong section. I say stream, excuse me, recording. I'm recording the run in Alpha Sapphire, and I forget to look off to the right at my notes. It just makes it such a weird situation. A lot of red, a lot of green, no blue and orange. Not yet, at least. When I first started, I didn't care for Ivy's natures, and now I'm upset when I see a modest nature on a physical attacker. To be fair, in the new games, you can switch those around, but if you get those in, like, pre-Gen 7, you're screwed. If you're building a competitive team, you're basically just like, oof, I have to go and breed for another one, or I have to go find another one. And try doing all of that back in Generation 3. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. Whoa, that's a biggin. That's a biggin. Looks like all the Ralts out of these groups are still not shiny. Okay. BDSP Regirock was modest. To be fair, once you reach the battle frontier, you can turn that into effectively an adamant nature, which is fairly good. I do find it hard to use Regirock though, because it's built like a physical wall, but a lot of its weaknesses are primarily like it has a lot of weaknesses, and it has a fair amount of them that can be really good offensively for special attacks. Like, water and grass were special beforehand, so a lot of their mons were special attackers back in Gen 4. And so in BDSP, it's also like that as well. A shiny is a shiny, though. I will give you that. Shiny Regirock looks real cool compared to regular Regirock. Choco Rock. Yeah, Chocolate Rock. Out of curiosity, what did you name your Regirock? Because I like giving all my shinies names that Like, sometimes it would be things that are like new species. I say new species names. Oh, you didn't give it any. Ooh. So when I find a shiny in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon now, I try to give it a nickname that either fits its personality or fits its, like, species name. I'm trying to think what my... Reminds me of a shiny hunt for a female Sylveon. Did you try and hunt for a female Eevee first, or did you go straight for Sylveon? Because both sound a little tough to do. Sylveon Outbreak. Ooh. Yeah, that's a 1 in 8. That's a 1 in 8 chance of it being female, and then it's a 1 in... Like, I don't know how high it can get, but I know it can at least reach 512 if you're using a sandwich and you're doing the outbreak correctly. Nothing here. Nothing here. Took me 23 males and 4 Fido. Oh, no! Oh, good gravy. So I'm guessing that was off near, I'm guessing your Sylveon Outbreak was over near, oh gosh, Alfornada, right? It was up in that cliff area near the Psychic Gym. Yep. Bye. Thank you. Let's see if I can get that real quick. I'm trying to remember how you delete these messages. I know there's got to be... I know it's not shield mode. What is... That's not it. Oh, not edit layout. What is... Can I not delete some... Can I not delete the message that a bot has put in? Okay, it looks like they're out. It looks like they're out of the chat right now. We should be fine for going forward. Okay, I stayed pretty close to this area during that bit. Try and get the last little bits of evening. Whoa. Almost ran right into you. There's another group. Looks to be all of them. What are you doing so far away from your mama? Or your papa? Come on, come on. Please don't disappear right when I'm a... Like, I've got half the sandwich left. it stopped spawning them. No! Darn it. I remember being able to click on the name and seeing the option like timeout or ban. Yeah, I don't know if I've got that option. That's not it. I've got show moderation actions. Change moderation settings. And to be fair on that front, yeah, I've got halftime on this sandwich, and I could not get far enough. I'm gonna close this real quick. We're gonna roll back time and try it again. I'm actually gonna check what time morning starts. I see one for 3:54, so I can just move it forward a little bit. I'm not too worried about losing my time on BDSP or something. Shiny Sylveon and Shiny Unovan Lilligant have the same color eyes. I did not know that. That is interesting. And if it's not the same color, it's very, very close, now that I think about it. Right. What's over here? I'm gonna go ahead, do another save up here so that I don't have to keep flying each time. Both have pink eyes with a white... Oh! Wait, pink eyes with a white dot. Is that the... Oh, I'm thinking of Petalil. Yeah, no, that makes sense now. I can actually check my decks on this one. Oh, there we are. You're right. Huh. I did not know that. Save the adventure here. Alright, let's make it a sandwich. Oh, wait. Yeah, too sweet doesn't work for this. Fairy is my all-time favorite type. I can understand people enjoying the fairy type. I'm kind of at a loss for like which one is my favorite type. My two favorite types are fire and fighting. My first starter was Infernape, and I think that influenced it a lot. But even then, like, the Pokemon that I've been drawn to have all been fighting to some degree, or fire to some degree. Not to say I'm not biased, because I'm totally biased, but fire is my favorite type. Fire and fighting, excuse me. Favorite time Pokemon, or favorite, all-time favorite Pokemon is Bayleaf. I can understand that. I would have loved for Meganium to have gotten a fairy type added to it, which would have made it, which it would not have, changed the type matchup for, Cyndaquil, Chikorita, and Totodile, but it would have given Bayleaf something to actually do other than just be a decent-ish grass type. You don't get me wrong, grass type is not the best, but it's also, like, it's a solo type, and solo type mons, unless they are, like, fairy or steel, are not exactly the best of the best to go for just in playthroughs. Or competitively, either. But I think Grass Fairy would have helped it just like it helped Whimsicott a lot. Fairy Steel best type combo? Yeah, undoubtedly. It's got two total, like, defensive flaws, but other than that, beyond just being weak to fire and ground, it's really hard to take down. I think also with Fairy being the best offensive type, it's also hard to resist everything that Fairy Steel can throw out at you, because a lot of Fairy Steel types have coverage moves as well. And it counters other fairies really well too, which can shut down primary like fairy type attackers. There's a reason why Klefki was so good in competitive when Xerneas was in play. Ooh. Grab this. Super Potion. Alright. Hope our luck is super, too. Not trying, like... Just trying to make a statement there. Oh. In there. Okay. That's a new group. Okay. We found a lot of Ralts this time. No, like, big ones. Also doesn't help that most Fairy Steel type mons are monsters. You have Magearnization Crown, Mawile during the Gen 6-7 era. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, Fairy Steel has been given to, like, 4 total Pokemon. Klefki. Well, okay, so before Gen 9, it's been given to 4 total Pokemon. It's 7 total. Tinkaton right now is the only one that's not a legendary, that is very, very good, but does not have a good primary attack stat for its signature move. And then you've got the Klefki, which that one is specifically tailored to take down other fairy types. Mawile needed a lot of work to make it decent. And what it got with its Mega was good. Really good. Zacian was also, like, box art legendary, and part of the problem with power creep in Gen 8. Gen 9 power creep, we have something totally different, and they made last round's legends a lot less of a monster than they were. Don't get me wrong, Zacian is still hard to deal with, but which would you rather face? Gen 9 Zacian, where he only gets the Intrepid Sword one time, and he gets like less power in both of his forms, and his signature move doesn't do double damage to one of your team members who you only get access to for 3 turns. Or Gen 8 version on a Fire Fairy Mon. I would have expected that at this point to be honest, I think... Oh, we got one. Yes! We got the bounty. Oh, we found her. Shiny Female Ralts! Okay, let's see. I would have expected Victini to be that, to be the Fire Fairy type, but they didn't change the Psychic type into the Fairy type on it. Heal Pulse does not work on me because my HP is full. Come on, Razorblade. Up 100, and you did 30 damage with a... It's not 0% chance to hit! Please! Razorblade, we're trying. We're trying to get the good stuff. What is going... What is going on in the back corner? What is going on with that? What is going on with that Gardevoir in the back corner? Her dress is just up. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is why I run Terra Steel on mine. But I guess that is an interesting way of doing it. Yes! We caught it. Alrighty. Now this is the bounty. So I'm going to save that for the person I have saved that for. I'll be reaching out to them once this stream has finished, but let's see if we can't find another one. By the way, I say it's a bounty. I hunted this specifically because there's a trade that they want to do for the shiny Ralts, and it's a shiny that I don't have. So it's a you get this one, I get this one, and we're all happy. Yeah. Okay, done there. There we are. Right about here's where I make the U-turn. I really wish, and this is what I'm hoping for Legend ZA. They treat shinies going forward the way that they did in Legend ZA with the sparkling sound, but they have methods akin to this method, where you can just run around and see all sorts of... Oh, come on, am I out on the sandwich? No, I've got a lot on the sandwich. Why did I get an entire swarm of Floatzel there? No, that's not. Okay, that is green. Whoa! Just appeared out of nowhere! It's not as annoying as you would think, because if you have trouble seeing the Pokemon, you can send out your own, which that's fine. I'm not too worried about it. I do find it fun taking a look to see like what all Pokemon I can find in any run. I think at this point, like, I should just stream any time I shiny hunt to make it like more fun. Just have people stop by, say hi, possibly see a shiny while they're here. Because I've done so many hunts already, just in my spare time. Like, hey, I'd like to hunt this. I'd like to find this. I'd like to build a team you could use competitively for fire types. Like that. Legitimately, I've done that. Say hello to the fire type shiny team. And the fighting type shiny team. And the steel type shiny team. And the makings of a water shiny type team, and shinies just in general. This whole box, and I'm actually going to disable face cam so you can see. Every single one of them is a shiny of some way, shape, or form. All of them caught by me. And this is the same shiny that I found in Violet that was live streamed. That was that one. There we go. Oh, hey, look at that. Snowstorm's gone. Whole shiny team dedicated to catching other shiny Pokemon. That's kind of cool. Having shinies with purpose makes it feel like way more like they have like a bit of personality to them. Like, I've built that competitive team. I've used them in the Ace Academy tournament a lot. Just recently named them all to... Oh, did you mean T-O-O? As in also? Because it looks like you... Okay. Yeah, it looked like you had... it looked like you had cut off your sentence there. Yeah, I don't know when I started nicknaming all my playthrough Pokemon, but I know I started nicknaming shiny Pokemon after I got, like, my third one. Because I think the first one I ever found was, or that I still have, is a shiny Noctowl I found in Pokemon X without hunting. But the first one I ever found was a shiny Bidoof. And unfortunately, I've lost him to time. I think I found that in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. No, I found it in Platinum, but that generation, yes. So it was the OG 1 in 8,192 no hunting kind of shinies. But tell you it's a long list with 12 members. You got a lot. To be fair, I do have almost an entire box of shinies that I just have sitting over there. More recent shinies, that I've found. Rolling through Area 0, I've managed to find a shiny, what was it? Slitherwing. I think it would also be fun. Oh, if you don't mind, I can send it. You can put it in the chat. Ichimonji the Smeargle is a great name. Komori the Breloom. Ooh, I like that one. We've talked about XJ9 the Iron Valiant. Amethio the Saraledge. Ponyo the Ogerpon, I get it. Eod the Golduck. Farigura... That one's clever. Capitalizing the last F and not the first F. That's clever. I like that a lot. Cosmic Owl the Noctowl. Sweetie the Hydrapple. Rosalina the Jirachi, and lastly, Hitsugaya the Chenpao. Is that Chenpao shiny, or is that a non-shiny Pokemon? So I can understand if it's a non-shiny Pokemon, but if it is shiny, that has not been officially released, so I wouldn't go about saying that online. Gonna be shiny in the future. Okay, so when the event version releases, you'll sub it in. I don't know so much about like whether or not I would nickname the legends in this round, because they're all because the shiny versions are legends, or like they're events. But if I find like legendary Pokemon in prior games that are shiny, I nickname them just so that I have like some sort of story behind. Oh gosh, what was the... Astra the Shiny Palkia was one that I also caught at some point. Astra was a rather interesting one. Like how quickly I caught it. Like I caught it in an afternoon. Just of resetting and going for it. I understand that, like, there are methods you can use to make it easier during resets, like, code or RNG manipulation is what it's called. I don't want to learn it. It's not that I don't agree that that is a method that you can use, or a good method you can use either. I don't want to learn it because I'd have to train reflexes, and I don't necessarily want to do that unless it's for playing the game itself. I'd have to get additional software, and I'm not a fan of doing that for a lot of my stuff. And I'd have to try and figure out a seed, or like what seed I'm on. Not exactly great. I take back what I said, because Ogerpon also isn't shiny. Oh yeah, I forgot that Ogerpon is also not shiny. Ogerpon is a good one to have along for the ride, though. And if they do release a shiny, you can sub it in at that point for Ponyo. What was my playthrough team in this? I do not remember. I know I had Armarouge during my playthrough team. In the last, like... So, I've been real bad about keeping starter Pokemon on the team. I've boxed my starters for nearly every region except for Sinnoh, Hisui, Galar, and... What was the other region I didn't box my starter for? And Kalos. Those are like the 4 regions... No, Hoenn. I haven't boxed my starters if I've gone through a Hoenn playthrough on my own time. But in every other region, though, I boxed my starter in favor of a different Pokemon that's out there. Like for Scarlet and Violet, I boxed my Fuecoco for Armarouge. And if I had started with Quackleval, I would have probably boxed it for a water type. Maybe. I don't know. Ogermon's my counter for the recoil move Wave Crash. With the Water Mask, it gains the ability Water Absorb. It also gets False Swipe. I did not realize that Ogerpon got False Swipe. More legendaries that you can use for... more legendaries you can use for collecting Pokemon. I've enjoyed the Gallade line because if you do everything right in the prior games, you can get something that can beat the... or not beat, but you get something that from Gen 4 onward, you can catch the roaming Pokemon. For Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Raikou, Entei, Mesprit, and Cresselia in Gen 4. And then also either Latios or Latias. There's a lot of roamers in Gen 4. But if you get a Jolly Nature trained level 59 Gallade with False Swipe, Mean Look, I think Hypnosis is the other one. You can basically build your Pokemon to quickly get those roaming legendaries. And yeah, you can use your Master Ball on one of them, but there's 8, and across there's 8 different roamers across 2 different games. You get 2 Master Balls total. Unless you want to play through the story 8 times, technically 9 times, because you get Latios and Latias in 2 different games. And if you don't want to use events, that's your best chance at getting the roamers. But then when Gen 6 hit, they went away with most roamers. There's still the roaming Pokemon for the legendary bird you get at the end of the game based on your starter, but they don't do all 3. And they're not, and they don't allow you to attack it while it's roaming around. You encounter it 10 times, it immediately flees without turn 1 happening, and then you go fight it in a cave elsewhere. Which I appreciate them doing, but there's no way to track it that I remember. I do not remember how many times I ran into the legendary birds on my Pokemon X file, but it was like 1 or 2 times the initial time, and then like 1 time after that, and that was it. Iron Valiant and Ceruledge is my false type. Oh, Ogerpon, Iron Valiant, and Ceruledge is my false type trio. They all have the same moves except the last. All 3 have Sword Stance, False Swipe, and Taunt. False Swipe and Taunt definitely do really well. Sword Stance is good too. Hypnosis is great when you want to status Pokemon, get him to sleep. If you have something with the ability Insomnia, having did I never pick up this Amnesia TM? Dang. I was not as thorough in here as I thought I was. Having Paralyze, or the Paralysis Wave, Thunder Wave, that's what it is. Having Thunder Wave there is at least a little better than Hypnosis if you don't want to keep applying the status condition. But Hypnosis gives a higher chance, and it's also going to ensure that your Pokemon doesn't use power points, or the Pokemon you're trying to catch don't use power points while they're asleep. Okay, we don't have much time left, but we're getting close. Alrighty. Use accuracy for hypnosis and hold a wide lens. I didn't think about doing that. That is a decent strategy on that front. I've used a wide lens in my Ultra Moon playthrough, but for a very stupid reason. So, my wide lens was on my Bastiodon. I taught it Toxic. I went into the Ultra Necrozma fight, and turn 1, it deals a little more than half of my HP. I threw Toxic on it. I then proceed to use Super Potions until it faints. So that's how I beat Ultra Necrozma in that file. Ultra Sun, I had started with Primarina, and it would have gotten one shot had I not used a Roto Boost. I used 3, and then I one-shot it. That's how I beat it in Ultra Sun. Ultra Moon, Ultra Moon was the Bastiodon, but that Bastiodon was so helpful during the Rainbow Rocket run. Because all you'd do is you'd save it for the Legendary. You'd take it out against the Legendary, they'd go for the super effective attack, you'd hit Metal Burst, and because you're slower than they are, your attack damage would be double that you take in because of Sturdy. And it would just one-shot most of them. I had to get creative for Giovanni, because he threw out Stealth Rock, and that did not help my situation. But, yeah. Other than that, it was a very, very fun run. During my playthrough of Ultra Sun, I used a Rabombi, and so many trainers for some reason carry a Rock move. Yeah, that's the downside of using Rabombi, is that Rock is a great coverage move, maybe not a great coverage type. Which is why so many trainers wind up using Rock moves on their other Pokemon. So the Ultra Moon run that I did, I wanted to only use gift Pokemon, just to challenge myself, so I picked up Litten, but I didn't have another Pokemon until the first Totem Pokemon. And I had access to the fossils. And I had access to the Surfing Pikachu, those kinds of things. I did a similar run to that in Ultra Sun. And when I got to the fossils, Tyrantrum was used more like a rock ground type than a rock dragon type. And it made it so much more fun. I didn't have the quad weaknesses, but I still had a steel type weakness, I still had a ground type weakness, I still had an ice type weakness, and I was weak to fairy as well, and dragon. But as long as I don't break it out against the fairy and the dragons, and I have other moves available, I basically sweep through most things that are weak to rock, ground, steel, or just... I'm trying to remember what the other coverage move that I had was. Or crunch, because I get Strong Jaw as the ability. So it basically makes it another stab move. It was real fun. Gotta say though, like, best fossil in that game, by far. In my opinion, I would say that is the best fossil you can get for Ultra Sun. Ultra Moon, your best fossil is probably going to be the Bastiodon if you're not going to use it on your main team. But if you are going to use it on your main team, it may not be the best, but it is the best one to carry as a sacrificial member. Because you'll at least get 2 turns off, if not 3. And it's tanky enough to withstand a lot of attacks anyway. There's another one! Hey, hey! Ah, that's awesome. Getting a second one. We're gonna false light this time. Have you done the Fluttermane trick? I did not have to do the Fluttermane trick. I found Fluttermane on accident. I'm trying to remember what the Fluttermane trick is, anyway. But the... Fall asleep, thank you. And you know what? We've got one that works fairly well with it, so let's do... We've done a luxury ball, let's do a great ball for the look. This is one of the few Pokemon I think the great ball matches it aesthetically. I'm trying to remember what the Fluttermane trick is, but I've never had to use it because my, because on one of my runs early on in Scarlet Violet, I found Fluttermane instantly. Yep. I found it real fast, too. It was like, what in the world? Yeah, it was. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that that's where the... Okay. That makes it a lot cooler. Having the little white stripe there instead of just a midway point stripe between those two. Make a level 3 ghost during the day, head to Area 0, and only shiny Fluttermane spawned. Interesting! I didn't think about that. It's a really cool option to have with you, though. Alrighty. Is that the end of that sandwich? That is the end of that sandwich. Okay. That was fun! That was a lot of fun. We're right at about an hour 40 minutes. I suppose we can do... I suppose we can go ahead and do a Wo-Chien run. Is this? Yeah, that's the right one. Alright, where is Wo-Chien? There he is. Is to the southeast. All right. I think that might be it right there. How many Wo-Chien's raids do you think we've defeated so far? I'm not 100% certain. Because we could wind up getting the... We could wind up being, like, just shy of just beyond 1 million, or we could wind up being well beyond 1 million by the time it is. But I've done my part for quite a few things. So I'm gonna show, just real quick, the summary on this one. What I've done, I've not even hyper-trained him. I just took whatever my... This is the shiny one, right? Yeah, this is shiny. I took whatever his IVs were, maxed HP and attack, and then threw the rest into defense. I have Defiant, Fury Cutter, I'm holding the Metronome. That is the only thing I plan on using in this run. Want to know the answer? I honestly would like to know, but we'll know at the end of it. We'll know at the end of it one way or the other, because they'll make an announcement for it. Oh man, still really good. Oh wait, I forgot to turn my system online. That's why. Hang on. There we go. Thank you for reminding me. Fight friends with a link code. Actually, hang on. We'll do... Hang on. We're gonna go random online for this one, because there's not many people watching the stream right now. Am I right or am I wrong? Yeah, we don't have many people watching the stream. We'll go as a group online, but we'll go with anyone. Because plenty of people bring along the Ogre Pawn ones, but having the King Gambit option is another good one to go for. I've not thought about using Hydrapple for this. An interesting one. Oh, you're going Sarah Ledge. Down to do a raid with you. I'll refresh and do... We'll refresh and do a round after this. That'd be fun. I can just imagine, I'm just, like, in my head picturing the I'm doing my part, like, bit from Starship Troopers. How many of these are shiny? Looks like everybody. The guy on the far left wasn't shiny! Oh no! Suffer because of it. Oh my gosh. So you just use Fury Cutter. That's all you do for this. It doesn't do much starting out because it's only 40 power, but it doubles in power every time you use it. Metronome also increases the amount you deal, and after 6 turns of using it, on 6 and later, it becomes an additional 100% power on top of what you're doing. Well, with my support builds, that's all I could ask for. And then, of course, Bug Terra type, and I'm able to get it taken care of from there. Snarl, that's going to drop my special attack. There we go. Oh. Wo-Chien. I love when that happens. Grasso Eyes, and go for it. And even when the yeah, there we go. Even when the move hits or misses, excuse me, the power will stay the same as if you just couldn't attack that turn. So there's that. Stance is broken. Stat changes are back to normal, but that is fine. 160 power. Okay. I'll take it. Here we are. Ability patch, ability capsule. I've been running low on those. Nice. Alrighty. Oh, right. Do. There we are. Okay, and there he is. Sweet. All right, Derpy boy. Once I get the raid start up, feel free to join in. And I'm curious, where can we find the raid number? Or the number of people who have done the raid? Because I haven't seen any update about that. Did they announce it online? Did they announce it on social media or something? Buddy, if you were shiny, I would catch you. But if not, I'm just gonna move around you. Sarah B posted an update. Oh, interesting. I didn't know about that. Alright. Feel free to go for it. I'm gonna find the... When was that update? That was interesting. I'm ready on this one. Oh, you're using... Interesting. Oh, on their Twitter. Okay. Okay. I'll go look at that later. Ready, Derpy? Let's do this. Full party to raid with. Oh, it's not on their official site. Okay. I am loving the fit you put on your character. That is a good outfit. Okay, good. It was just one of the AI Pokemon. Fairy Cutter begins. Alright, let's go from there. What type is Pollen Puff? I don't remember. That is not gonna do garbage to me. Oh, it is Bug. Okay. Makes a lot of sense. That's why it's neutral to me, because... Okay. At least for me, it's neutral because I have it's Steel Dark. Dark is weak to it, but Steel resists it. Can you imagine if they came out with a Wonder Guard Pokemon that could terrestrialize? I would hate it so much. Carl's gonna raise my attack, and then we'll be out of this woods. Also, I am loving that Lilligant. You're putting in a lot of good support there. Nullified stat changes, but we're fine on that. We have negative effects from itself. Ah! Nice! We just need a little more. There it is. Bye, Wo-Chien. A lot of EXP candy. I was running out on those. I used Worry Seed at the start to get rid of Wo-Chien's ability to weaken the attack of all Pokemon. That's why we did so much damage! Oh, that's why we did so much damage so much later. That is such a good support move. I completely forget that Worry Seed and Gastro-Acid actually, like, work against the terrestrial raid Pokemon. That's such a good option. I did showcase on... Was it last Friday? Yeah, it was last Friday. I did do last Friday a solo raid with His Majesty on his own, just to show how powerful the strategy is when you set it up correctly. I am not certain what strategy I'm gonna try and use next time, but I know my roommate is gonna want to try and do some Chen Pao runs as well. Also have Light Screen and Pollen Puff for healing. Yeah, that is a good option. Because of the way that the build works for King Gambit, there's not really a need for the defensive, there's not a need for healing through the raid, but the Light Screen does help tank a lot more. So yeah, that worked out real well for us. I am gonna look up on Twitter real quick. Therapy.net, there we are. Go World Championship event. Battle event has been defeated over 3.5 million times. Oh my gosh. Oh. I'm impressed at our work. Holy cow. 504,861 as of the 28th. Wow. Wow. I'm not gonna stay on Twitter very long. I do want to check notifications. Okay, somebody liked my reply. Cool. That's it. That is wild how fast we managed to do that. Like, not only doubling, but tripling, almost quadrupling within a week and a half. I don't think I've actually battled you yet. Huh. I didn't realize you were up here either. I am gonna end the stream here. I'm at the 2-hour mark. I did find it fun being able to shiny hunt Ralts real quick. Derpy Boy, thank you for hopping in and showing off that build for the shiny Lilligant. I really enjoyed being able to see that in collaboration, because it made the damage output so much faster. If you're still here next week, I have Fridays off, which is why I stream. So I asked earlier, and you said maybe slightly above 1 mil. In my head, I was thinking, just wait till he finds out. That's a good point. That's a good point. If you're still here next week, I'd be fine with streaming the Chen Pao raids. Just the attempts that we have here on stream for a couple hours as well. Other than that, Derpy Boy threw a hard knuckle. Welcome to the following. I'm not full on into the... Take care, Derpy Boy. So I'm not fully into the Twitch integration, as in, like, I haven't had such and such streams per month, such and such viewers per stream, those kinds of things, but I'm planning on doing this just on the side, just as the hobby is, and part of that is figuring out something to do each week that helps with that. So I think for now, while the event is going, first week that each one comes out, we'll do the raids for 2 hours, and then after that, we'll run whatever I feel like it the next week, whether it's I shiny hunt for something or we do raids. So we can always do that. For those of you who stuck around and watched the archive, thank you so much. Like, subscribe, all that other stuff. Follow if you're on Twitter or Twitch. If you are watching the VOD version, you can check out one of the videos on screen to see what I've also streamed recently. Anyway, thank y'all.